Hi, I'm Madame Pamita, and I love teaching about magic. If you have a question about spells, the law of attraction, spirituality, witchcraft, Slavic folk magic, spirits, divination, you can join me on Sundays at the Live Magic Q&A where we record an episode of my podcast, Magic and the Law of Attraction, and then I answer your questions on anything mystical or magical live over Zoom. Just go to spellsquad.com to get the link to join me in the clubhouse. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you get a gentle, magical reminder and you'll be the first witch to see whenever anything new goes up. Here's a great tidbit from one of our past Q&As answering a really important spiritual question.
Can anyone, Victoria's here. Hi, everyone. Can anyone explain how to dress a figure candle for healing purposes? I'm sure people have answered that. So when you're dressing a candle means putting oil on a candle, sometimes putting herbs on a candle as well. When you're doing a healing spell, it can kind of go either way. It depends on what your intention is. If your intention is to increase something, then you might want to do an attraction spell to increase health or to increase, to attract the right caregivers or the right information. So that's an attraction spell. You might also do a spell to release and let go of disease or ill health and so on. One of the things I recommend, so I'm going to give you, Victoria, I'm going to give you a whole thing here. You can go with the whole cycle of the moon for a healing spell. And I really recommend this. Let's talk about healing magic. And I'm going to tell you this whole moon thing that you're going to do. So healing magic generally, I have found, does not produce spontaneous healing, meaning I'm not feeling well, I do a spell and now I'm better. What I have found with healing spells is I'm not feeling well, I do a healing spell and I get the right care provider, I get the right doctor, I get in ahead of other people in the line to get the healing. I get the right information online. I find the right treatments. I find the right medications. I find the right herbs. I find the right whatever. That's how healing spells work because you're working with a material body. And so sometimes it is spontaneous. I mean, I'm not going to say it never happens, but the vast majority of times when we do healing spells, what it produces is it brings you the real world results that are going to help you heal, right? Gives you the things that you need to heal. So when we do healing spells, we have to have that intention in mind that we're going to get healed, but we also have to be open to how it's going to happen. So that's one thing. It could come from a person. It could be you meet a person who has the same problem as you and they recommend a great healer for you or something like that, so be open to how it's going to come to you. Second thing, healing spells have that quality. Some spells are always attraction spells. Some spells are always banishing spells or getting rid of spells, but some spells have a little bit of both. And a healing spell is one of those. It can be a get rid of, or it can be a draw to you. You want to get rid of the bad illness, but you want to bring in your good health. So you can do both and you can go either way. But if you really, really want to do some beautiful work, think about doing healing work for an entire lunation. That's 28 days, the full cycle of the moon. If you start at the full moon, you want to start on the full moon. The full moon is obviously when the moon is big circle in the sky, but after the full moon and the 2 weeks after the full moon, the moon is going to shrink and get smaller and smaller in the sky until we don't see it anymore. It's the new moon. That shrinking part is about releasing, letting go, banishing. That 2 weeks can be focused on releasing the illness, releasing the disease, releasing the discomfort, releasing the pain, releasing the lack of energy. Whatever it is that you don't want anymore can be done in those 2 weeks. New moon. After the new moon, we start to see the moon grow in the sky. It's a little fingernail sliver, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger for 2 weeks until finally it's the full moon. That's the time of invoking. That's the time when we want to bring something to us. We can magnetize something toward us. We can draw something to us. And so that's the time that we draw our good health, that we draw our healing, we draw our miracles, we draw our whatever we need to have full, beautiful health. If you work in that way for 28 days, and it doesn't mean you have to light a candle for every day, it can be that you work an altar for these things, or that you work with a certain oil for those 2 weeks and something else for the other 2 weeks, right? So I can give you big elaborate things that you can do, or you can do small little things. But I'm going to first give you the small little thing. You can get 2 bottles of oil, right? You can get banishing oil, or you could get Van oil, which is about turning bad luck to good luck, which is also clearing and cleansing. You could use energetic purification oil. I think that really is probably the oils that I would use for that time of the waning moon, between the full moon and the new moon, when the moon gets smaller. Put a few drops on yourself, put it on yourself every day with a incantation for yourself, or an affirmation. Say, this, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, is leaving my body. My migraines are going away. My back pain is going away. My, whatever it is that you're dealing with is decreasing. I'm letting it go. It's going away. After the new moon, when the moon is getting bigger, the waxing moon, then you're going to bring in healing. Holy healing oil is the one you want. That's for spiritual support for your healing. And you would put holy healing on your oil every day with an incantation. Every day, my body's getting stronger. Every day, my whatever is being resolved, and so on. Those 2 oils are $14 each. They don't cost much, and you can use them for the whole 2 weeks, every day for the whole 2 weeks. And that would be very, very powerful spell work. You could also do a candle spell for that. You could get a figural candle that represents you, and you could dress it with those oils, and you could burn it a little day over 2 weeks, a little bit each day over 2 weeks, and then and you could do a black or white candle on the banishing part. You could do a blue candle on the healing part. So get 2 candles, dress them with those oils, and you can burn those a little bit each day over those 2 weeks. So those are 2 really simple, fast spells for healing. That's 2 options out of millions of options, but that can be a really great way. I get what your question is. Your question is it a getting rid of thing or an inviting thing? I think that's what your question is. And it's both. So you can do both. It's great. This is a great way to work. So I love it. You can try that out.